Hey, how's it going? My name is HaZeeq. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at Terra Luna. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, if you haven't seen the previous Luna update, I would recommend you check that out before watching this one so that you have more context. But jumping into the daily chart, Luna has been doing absolutely crazy. You can see that it's actually out of our Fibonacci retracement that we had on the last video, and we've met all the targets from this small fib, right? But we do have our large fib that we have had on the charts ever since we started covering Luna on this channel, and we do have the $128 over here as the second fib level. And with how things are looking, I think getting to $264 is still possible for Terra Luna, but the gains are always, the gains are not that big with Luna at this point. So I'm not going to be putting a lot of money myself into Terra Luna at this point during the bear market when we're going to get that. And I'm pretty confident that we're going to have another bear market. I do see I do see Luna, crashing, even from $264, and 95% pullback is around about $15, $16 per Luna token. Even if it's a $20 per Luna token, I'm going to be entering and I'm going to be buying up a ton of Luna. But this fib is set up from the swing high March 21st to the swing low May 23rd. That gave us the 1.618 target at $65, perfectly met. And now we're looking at $128. So we're going to get rid of this small fib over here. We're not going to be needing it right now. And we do have this yellow zone over here, and I've been actually giving my patrons nice buy orders for some projects. And one of the patrons wanted to get into Terra Luna, and I did give him some nice buy orders over here. As you can see, these price tags are for the buy orders, and he did actually get into Terra Luna. But you can see that we are a bit overbought over here on the daily chart. So the RSI is way overbought over here. So if you look at the daily RSI, we're sitting at the index of 75, and we are printing a bearish divergence on the 4-hourly chart. We're going to take a look at that in just a bit. But if you see yourself coming up to this yellow rectangle on the daily chart, that would be a very good zone to take profits. That's the ultimate take profit zone, in my opinion, because if you manage to get that high and you didn't sell, this is the best time to be selling if you're looking to take profits. Obviously, if you're holding for the long term, don't worry about the short term price action. Now, support levels that you want to hold is the 20 EMA. At the minute of recording this video, it's sitting at $76.46. And this is something that you want to see held if you want to continue your uptrend. Obviously, the EMAs constantly move with the price. So they're going to be different each time. Now, jumping into the 55 EMA over here, it's sitting at $62.29, and we may potentially see a flash crash or any sort of, quick pullback, and we may see a wick off of the 55 EMA on the daily chart, and that's around about $63. So just have your buy orders at $63, $65 to be safe. So that's where I would be putting my buy orders for Terra Luna. Obviously, we can still get overextended to the second fib level at $128 over here, but I don't think that's going to happen because we have a bearish divergence on the 4-hourly chart. So we're going to have a pullback to the 20 EMA on the daily, and then we move to the second fib level. That's how I see it happening. Obviously, I could be completely wrong at this point. But if you take a look at this white trend line over here, so I'm just going to take the price tag. So this is the daily RSI at the minute that we're looking at. And we do have this support horizontal trend line that's been holding support for quite a while. We've actually lost it multiple times, but once we bounce off of it, we do usually see nice moves to the upside. So we had 1, 2, 3 bounces before that. So potentially look for a nice bounce on the daily RSI, somewhere around 64 to 63 on the index, or that would be a nice bounce. So 64, potentially 65. Yeah, that's what it looks like to me right now. So that's where you potentially can see a bounce off of the support line on the daily RSI. That's when we potentially bounce off the 20 EMA on the price chart. And then we have our next overextension towards $128. That's just one of the possible scenarios in my personal own humble opinion. But yeah, overall, Luna doing very bullish. Congratulations to all the guys and girls who are holding this token through all the dips. It hasn't even dipped that much, to be honest with you. No pullbacks, no huge pullbacks that I can see on the Luna chart over here, even though Bitcoin was sitting at, was sitting at a 30% discount since its all-time high. But let's jump into the Binance chart. Okay, so this is the 4-hourly chart on the Binance chart, and obviously we were in the overbought on the 4-hourly chart as well. And I do want to point out this bearish divergence. So we do have a Fibonacci retracement over here. So this Fibonacci retracement is just a smaller version of the Fibonacci that we used previously. So this is from the swing high December 4th to the swing low December 13th. This gives us the 1.618 at $102, almost $102. And we've actually pretty much met that target nicely. And now we're coming back up for a double top pattern, which is a bearish pattern, right? And if you take a look at the divergence in between the RSI and the price action over here, so you can see that this is our first peak, and now this is our second peak. And if we start printing a higher high, actually, this is pretty much a divergence at this point, because you can see that we have a straight line over here, even if we start coming a little bit above, and I do count the candles, the body candles at this point. Then if I do the same thing on the RSI, we're actually, losing momentum on the RSI, and this is usually the case before a, pullback. So potentially expect a pullback for Terra Luna. It would be healthy at this point, and I would like to see it retest $88 because we haven't really backtested that zone as support at this point. So this is just the short-term, support entry zones. Obviously, the daily chart 20 EMA would be the most important zone to hold as support. Also, look for the 4-hourly 55 EMA. That's something that you can potentially look for to hold as support. But other than that, Luna has been holding the 4-hourly 20 EMA very nicely ever since December 18th. We've been in a perfect uptrend. Things are looking good, but this bearish divergence just tells me that we're going to see a little pullback before we get eventually to our $128 price tag or price prediction. So on the stochastic, like I said, once you are down in the oversold over here, that's the best entry points for you. And the same thing goes for the daily RSI. Let's jump into the daily. I bet we are overbought on the daily stochastic. So these times over here, this is the best time to be taking profits. Obviously, if I had, for example, 500 Luna tokens right now, I'd probably be taking, profit on 30% of my tokens, because the asset is extremely overbought at this point. Well, not extremely, but it is overbought to a degree that I would consider, safe enough to take some profits. But that's just me. That's just my opinion. Obviously, you decide what to do with your own tokens. But, if I missed out anything on the charts, please let me know down below in the comment section, guys. Let me know what you think of this, beautiful uptrend for the Luna token. What are your price predictions for 2022 for this particular project? I'm going to catch you in the next one. Make sure to follow me on Twitter. We do have a Telegram chat, a Discord server, as well as a Patreon. So yeah, check those out. Links are in the description. I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.